Welcome to Center Ground, your home for unfiltered discussion, where we tackle today's most talked about topics, break down current events, and give our take on the internet's latest foolishness. Tune in and let's find some common ground. Let's get this party started. Welcome back to the Center Ground podcast. I am your host, Bootsy. Today we have an interesting one. Something tells me I'm going to be disgusted by this video, but it definitely comes off as interesting. So it's called the Weird Boy Mom Epidemic, and I can only imagine what this is about. I'm wondering if it's what I was talking about in one of my previous videos where I said like some mothers and their relationship with their son can get a bit on the weirder side. So I wonder if this is what this video is about, but we'll see.
Talk about me.
Okay.
So what you gonna do if your partner say, "Damn, your mama fine"? Okay. Oh. That's what you gonna do.
How many times do you think they rehearsed that? You know what's crazy? There's a lot of moms like this who teach their sons to be little miniature gangsters because that's what the father was like and that's what these women like. And then when the man ends up, a deadbeat or a loser or, just a horrible member of society, then the mother wants men that are complete opposites of what the baby father is to come in and then raise and mentor and discipline that boy. And it's sad. Like I've seen that happen so many times. It's like they think this gangster stuff is cute until that same little boy is acting gangster and bringing trouble to their house. Look how excited she is. Like, it's not even that funny. Like, look how excited she is.
I'm sorry, but I'm failing to understand what exactly was funny about that. Because that whole clip just seems so wrong on so many levels. First of all, why are you even thinking about that? Why are you thinking about whether or not your son, who seems to be a preschooler, is gonna have friends that are gonna find you attractive and try to flirt with you and call you cute? Because
that's all some people have. And I swear, the older I get, I always wonder, like I'm one of those weird things because I try to figure out why people are the way they are, why they think the way they think. And you realize some people act the way they act because it's all they have. So some women are sexual only because that's all they can be. They're not very smart. They don't have like foresight, so they can't see things that are coming. They don't think for themselves. They don't plan. They don't do anything. So they're just essentially a body. And it's sad because those are the same women that some men just use as a body. And they were like, I'm tired of being used. It's like, what else can you do for me? And then that's why they hated that question, what do you bring to the table? Nothing. That's why they always said things like, I am the table, or you be lucky to have me. But they never say what they can do because they have nothing. So it doesn't surprise me that this woman, who is over-sexualizing herself, by the way, asked her young son, who doesn't know anything about that, what would he say in that scenario? Which, again, is why I believe this was rehearsed.
where I'm standing, it seems like you're less concerned and more excited. It seems like this is a fantasy that you want to play out. You want to be this hot mom whose son's young friends find attractive and flirt with. And mind you, she's having this conversation with like a preschool kid. The kid isn't even near puberty. He's nowhere near the age when boys and girls actually start to develop romantic or sexual feelings towards the other gender. So if anything, you're really planting the seed in his head. And then on top of that, when your son shoots the gun, which even that is wrong on so many levels, you're all jolly and jumping, thinking it's cute. Am I wrong for thinking that this seems a little bit predatory? And why are you happy over the thought of your son shooting someone? To the point where you're actually giggling and jumping around. I've often heard stories about these moms who have these weird obsessions with their sons. They're super close to their sons, but in a way that's really weird. I've seen the topic touched on online. I've seen skits like these.
Always be the first woman in his life. She's just his little girlfriend.
Yeah, she's his girlfriend. I don't think she's trying to take your spot.
Even if she tried, she could never. Joshy loves his mommy. He'll always love me more than he loves her.
But you see this behavior a lot from single mothers. And it's like, I think people forget, just because they can't get love from an adult doesn't mean they're not going to try to get it from somewhere else. I really think people forget stuff like that. Like that longing for being wanted and things like that, that doesn't just go away, right? Imagine you have a woman who wants a man, but no man keeps her around because she's not worth much, right? Where do you think that love has to come from? And a lot of mothers transfer that to their sons, right? They know that their son is always going to love them, so they take advantage. This is why you see so many clips, so many stories, so many instances of mothers who are damn near ready to fight the son's girlfriend simply because the son loves the girlfriend. Oh, you're not going to take away my son. It's like you're supposed to leave your parents. And I guess it's harder when the parents messed up their whole lives.
Just judging from the comments, it seems like this is a pretty common occurrence because there's a bunch of people resonating with this video. I cannot stand boy moms. Boy mom drives me insane. These boy moms give us normal boy moms a bad rep. I hate it here. And of course that last video was like a satire skit, but there are people who are actually getting online and addressing this topic.
If you got one of them fucking mothers that want to be your bitch and the signs is there, nigga, don't fucking play with me. I can tell when a mother want to fuck her son. She might not say it. She might not want to, but it's given all of that you want to be with your son.
Thank you. Oh my God, it'd be so weird. Can I send
And so that's what I was talking about, because those people exist. They're not spoken about enough, but they definitely exist.
this to her? Wow, I felt every word. I felt every word. Girl, you play too much. You ain't lying. This too real. It seems like there's quite a bit of painful experiences in these comments.
There's some moms out here that are in love with their sons, bro. Not love their sons, not like a regular mom. In love, like junior year, I'm going to this Chinese spot by my school. I'm in the line. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna give me some orange chicken. This shit gonna hit. It's this couple, or what I think is a couple, in front of me. The nigga got his arms around the girl waist. She reaching back like this, all grab on his neck. It was an awkward position. But I kind of look, I'm like, damn, she look a little older. But boy look like my age. I'm like 16, 17 at the time. I'm like, hey, if the nigga like cougars, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, all right, shout out, bro. But they talking about, I'm kind of listening to a conversation. They like, some grades, the report card. And I hear say, you got to get your grades up, Jeremiah. He's like, okay, all right, chill. I'm like, damn, she must really like them young. And she like, oh, son, can you go to the car and get my phone? I got to call grandma. I'm like,
Yo, that's disgusting. And what's crazy is a couple of things. One, you're right about that orange chicken. Sometimes, depending on who make it, it'd be good as hell. Like, no lie. Right? I know when I was young, I hated it. But lately, yo, it be hitting. But on a serious note, I've seen mothers like this, women who hug up on and caress their young sons. It's very creepy. Very creepy. I've also seen men do the same with their young daughters, and that creeps me out. Like, and one thing I notice about those men is they always let their daughters wear like very small fitting clothes, like always, and they creep me the hell out. But yeah, these mothers exist, and it's crazy to me that like more people don't talk about it. I get why they don't talk about it, because again, men tend to hold these type of things in, so it goes unreported. It's also embarrassing, but I've seen it in real time, and it's pretty gross.
what?
It's like they do everything except fix their life, fix their mentality, and go find a man. Like, I swear. And I feel like it's getting worse as time goes by, because they're starting. Y'all seen what Willow Smith was saying? There's no good men out here. Like, sweetheart, you're like 5 years old. Shut up, right? But it's crazy to me how like these things are becoming normalized and more popular, and it's starting at younger and younger ages.
I'm like, I know I ain't just hear that shit. I know.
And the crazy thing is, you hear these type of stories and you think he might be lying, or maybe this is made up for views, but it's not. There's literally videos of this all over the net. And mind you, the videos I'm about to show you now are the tame ones. The videos later on in this video will have you disgusted. You might throw up. Me knowing my son's fine as I mean, usually the word to use would be handsome. Never had a man be this obsessed with me. I don't know if the man she's referring to.
Yo, and this is a psychological problem. It actually has a name. It's called Jocasta complex, right? It's named after the Greek mythological figure Jocasta, who unknowingly married her son. So in mythology, at least she made a mistake. You know what I'm saying? Like, these people are like oddly, weirdly obsessed with their child. And like, I swear, these be the same women that get on the internet and be like, oh, I don't need a man. I'm happy to be single. It's like, nah, nah.
to is her son or, you know, whatever men she's been in relationships with. But why are you comparing something like that to something so innocent? That's just weird. When my son starts looking like his dad too much, why are you biting your lips?
And take some of these with a grain of salt, because some people understand rage bait. They know if they push the needle just a little bit, it's going to get more attention. Right? Not everybody's out here trying to educate. Not everybody's out here because they actually care about the community. Some people just out here trying to make some money. So they'll say and do whatever possible, just like in real life. So sometimes you got to take some of this crap with a grain of salt. They might not like be into this type of stuff. They might not have the Jocasta complex. However, they know it's going to get some clicks and views, and then that might help them go viral. But at the same time, we're not going to take them off the hook, let them off the hook. Some of these people are weird and perverted, and I think they should be investigated.
I'm just gonna assume that she might have some resentment towards his dad, so the fact that he looks like him is kind of displeasing her.
Y'all see how much love he love mommy? That's my baby right there, y'all.
All right. So personally, I never kiss my kids on the lips because I think that's kind of strange. You know, every once in a while you go to hug them and it happens. I think that's different, right? But when you purposely got your child just kissing you on the lips, like something, when I tell you, I'm going to start looking at all of their hand, something tells me none of these women are married. And I think there's a correlation here, but we're going to do some investigation.
But when I find out he got a girlfriend, no more kisses for him.
So let me get this straight. You're going to kiss your son on the lips until you find out that he has another girlfriend. This isn't perversion. Like, that's wild. And then the fact that she wanted the world to see it scares me even more. Because it's like, that just makes me wonder, what is she doing when the cameras aren't on? And I don't feel like talking about that, so I'm gonna hit play.
It should have been no more kisses for him a while back. I'm sorry, but at a certain age, you gotta start setting boundaries, bro. It's no way that your kid is taller than you and you're still kissing them on the lips. And of course, we got the viral video of the football mom who basically climbed on top of her son after the football game and gave him this weird hug.
I want this for life.
I'm sorry, but why are you singing this type of intimate lyrics?
This boy want to play Roblox, and she over here. She over here serenading him like he care about the song or what she doing. Like, I am so glad I had a normal mom. Good Lord.
When you're trying to interlock your hands with your son in this intimate setting, what's going on here, bruh? Explaining to my son that it's okay for his mother to be obsessed with him and that the internet groupies are haters. Calling a bunch of girls your son's age who might be interested in him, who you don't know personally.
All right, so I've been looking. She's the only one that had a ring. Now, I don't know if it's a wedding ring, but she had a ring on her ring finger. Now, this one isn't too bad, so I want to see again. Is there a pattern?
Groupies is insane.
Y'all are obsessed with your sons and it's fucking cringe. Regardless of race, a lot of moms have this weird connection with their son, almost like they're dating their son. And it's okay to be like, you know, love your kid and stuff like that.
These be the same chicks that be like, oh, I don't need no man. My son is the man in my life. Like, lady, that's a boy. That's a small child. It's not a man. It's like, yeah, some of these women are messed up mentally. Just, ugh.
But it's weird. They be kissing, hugging, twerking on their son. Like, it's weird. It gets weird.
And oh yeah.
And I got a question. Like, if this was done in reverse, wouldn't people be calling for the man to go to jail? Like, seriously. I get it. We let women get away with certain things that we don't let men get away with. Sometimes for good reason, sometimes not. But I think they need to we need to start locking these people up. I know we're going to run out of room in these jails, but they need to go.
By the way, that dancing, twerking on their son's part is not an exaggeration. We have moms doing that on top of just overly sexualizing themselves in front of their sons. Now,
I know he's about to play some really disturbing clips, but I'll say this, right? These are the people that run around saying stop sexualizing us when they sexualize themselves. And it kind of makes sense that they can't stop sexualizing themselves even around their children, because that's all they are and that's all they have. Like, I remember when I was a kid, and I never understood this type of mentality, but I remember when I was a kid, we used to always go to one of my friends' house. And I just remember, I'm talking about like 11, 12, 13, like preteens or whatever. Right. And I just remember we wanted to go to one of my friends' house for company because he always had the video games. And, he went in, asked his moms if we could go in the house and whatever. And I just remember walking into this dude's house. He had a long hallway. I get to the end of the hallway. I see his mom's butt naked in the middle of the living room. And it's a memory that's like seared into my head for multiple reasons. Cause I'm like, I think that was probably the first naked woman I seen off TV, right? Like not in a magazine, not on a television screen or whatever. And I'm like, why your mother naked just in front of you? Like, it was so confusing.
Turner, David. Oh my God, who was that back there naked? Lord, turn your camera off, Tavion.
And I'm like, to this day, I'm still trying to figure out why this lady felt so comfortable doing that nonsense. But again, you tend to see this behavior with single mothers. You don't seem to see it with like married mothers. And I guess that's because they're getting the adequate love that they need. But it's like, come on, lady, if you need that much love, you just go get it from somebody else. Don't pull your child into it. It wouldn't surprise me if both of her sons, and she had two sons, it would not surprise me if both of her sons have issues now. Like, I don't see them anymore. I don't really know them as we gotten older. You kind of, people move, people grow apart. But it wouldn't surprise me if those young men have severe mental issues because their mother wanted to be naked in front of them. Like, that's creepy.
Next couple of clips I'm about to show you are going to be pretty insane, so I'm going to have to heavily censor them. But if you want to watch the full uncensored clips, they're going to be on
Hell no, we don't want to watch the whole clip.
The link is in the description. We're going to start off with the first clip, which is pretty tame. And just to give you some context, because I can't show it on YouTube, before this part of the clip, the roles were reversed. So
just put it in perspective for a second. You see what she's dressed like. There's patterns here. People don't like to admit it. People don't like being called the garden tool. People don't like being judged as prostitutes or whatever we want to call it. Streetwalkers is what I call them. Like, people don't want to be called these things, but they exhibit the same behavior as these people.
So the mom was backing it up on the son, and he was holding on to her waist as she was backing it up. Which, I mean, this isn't the craziest clip because this is kind of like part of the trend, but I mean, still, it's nice to have some boundaries.
What trend is that? We need to kill that trend. Like, that trend needs to go. Like, it don't matter if it's a trend. So I swear, people are so mindless. Just because you see somebody doing something on the internet doesn't mean you have to copy. Like, what are you, 5?
Next, we got this mom and son wall sit challenge, which, I mean, if that's part of the trend, do you, I guess, but again, it's nice to have some boundaries. And this next clip is when things
Still
really
weird.
start getting weird. So her husband walks up and smacks her butt, which, I mean, that's normal.
Later, babe.
But then all of her sons follow behind and do the same thing.
Bye, I love you. See ya, brah. Bye, mommy.
What type of Sweet Home Alabama household is this?
Yeah, that whole family gotta go. Yo, they doing it for content, and it's sad that people are willing to do any and everything for content. I remember when I was young, they used to do that with bums. Like, they would get bums to do like some of the most degrading, nasty, vile things just for a few dollars. Now you just see people doing it for likes and subscriptions.
And this clip right here is like the most disgusting clip ever. This mom literally records herself throwing it back on her son.
I'm not gonna lie, I caught a quick glimpse of this lady, and she definitely looked like the type of woman that would behave like my friend's mom and just be walking around half naked or wearing highly inappropriate clothes in the house with her sons.
And when she received backlash for her
sick.
actions, this is what she had to say.
Wait, what's she gonna say? First of all, it's my son. I could do whatever I want. My son loves me. I'm not hurting nobody. Mind y'all business. What else? Y'all sassy, depending if men said something. Y'all pick me as if a woman said it. Like, I'm trying to think of all the dumb stuff these clowns say on repeat, because they all say the same things. It's not like they got an original thought. They all just regurgitate whatever they heard the last clown say. So hold on, let's see if I got at least one of those right.
Y'all mad I'm dancing on my son, but for why?
And luckily a bunch of
I don't know, she didn't say what I thought, but it somehow is worse. But for why? Like, and that's another thing. Some of these people are too stupid to understand why people are upset. But that's
People got online and criticized her for her actions.
Girl, first off, you saying for why tells me everything about you. That is your son. Why is you twerking on your son?
Yeah, for
It's
why?
plenty videos of you dancing inappropriately on your son. And you don't find that weird because it's something wrong with you mentally.
Now, for anyone wondering, her
I
account
agree.
is no longer available and she did go pretty viral, so I'm hoping that someone called CPS. But the thing that bothers me the most is that she saw.
Listen, I ain't with all that snitching stuff, but I'm gonna need y'all to start snitching on these people. Like, we need to start snitching on these people. Some of these clowns need to go to jail. We need to watch as they go to jail just to make sure they in there. And we need to make sure they get about 10 years at least, because this is a violation. Really is. Like, you damaging your kids with this crap.
Nothing wrong with that. She might need to be put on that list too. Now, this next set of
I hope they did put her on that list, but for why?
weird moms are openly sexualizing themselves in front of their sons. Mother goes viral for shaking her cheeks on social media in front of her son.
I remember this. Yo, little homie looks so disappointed. Like, I'm not mad, I'm disappointed in you kind of thing. Like, this is the same dude, I guarantee you. She the type of chick, she gonna have men running in and out of the house, and it's gonna psychologically destroy that boy. Look, he blown. Little man going through it. Like, imagine having this embarrassment for a mother who does this just for attention. Just for attention. Like, good Lord.
Embarrassed.
And there's always a thirsty one. Look at this. Always. Then this is why they behave that way. Because some men have no self-control.
This is just not right. Why are you doing this in front of your son? Little man going through it, got an ass clapper for a mama.
First of all, why are you doing it in the bathroom? One of the most unsanitary places on earth. And you got your son in there with you. He touching stuff, which means his hands is going to get dirty. Them little blowers be some of the most disgusting, dirty things in the bathroom. So he touching and leaning on it while you clapping cheeks for public consumption. Y'all don't call CPS enough for me. I'm with this lady right here, pretty much paid. I like her. This is how I feel. Call CPS on these people. Snitch.
She making a TikTok and she's fully dressed. Leave that girl alone, please. I'm sorry. You know it's not.
And there's always one who defends. I swear, there's always a thirsty. There's always somebody who opposes, and there's always somebody who defends. And it's someone like me who clowns. There's always like those four groups.
As simple as just making a TikTok. I hate when people try to do that. This little child does not need to be witnessing this, especially not from his mom. And this isn't even including the fact that this video went viral. So his classmates or whoever may know him literally might run across his video and show it to him, rub it in his face, use it to bully him. Y'all don't call CPS enough for me. Literally, some things can change black boys to cold niggas. And this comment is really speaking facts because this is low-key traumatizing. Why are you coming to your kid's game dressed like this? I'm sorry, you cannot convince me that she's not seeking attention. And for the people who are gonna say, oh, that's her body, and show it to
Of course she's seeking
rub it in his
attention.
face,
Look.
use it.
Hold on real quick. Let me mute this. Of course she's seeking attention. Look at her face. It wouldn't surprise me if that's all surgical. Like, these people, they put themselves under the knife for attention. You think they're not going to try to get attention around their kids? Look at her face.
I'm sorry, you cannot convince me
They look like a natural face to me.
that she's not seeking attention. And for the people who are gonna say, oh, that's her body, what is she supposed to do? Leave her ass at home? She literally posted the video with the angle being her ass. How are you gonna explain that? I don't care how curvy your body is, there's ways to be modest. Lady, go home. You ain't coaching them, you trying to get attention. This generation of women are so sad.
What's crazy is women, even with big butts, were modest before. Like, this isn't brand new. So the fact that everybody always have these dumb excuses, oh, well, she has this features, what is she supposed to hide it? No, dummy, but at least, well, yes, hide it. What am I talking about? Yes, because there's ways you can dress where you're not showing everything. And people just don't want to be modest because they love the attention that they get. I wish we would go back to a society that shames these clowns because I'm so tired of them. All they do is take their clothes off. That's literally all they do. And they want some sort of credit for it. Like, it's ridiculous.
Embarrassing for that little boy. Shake my head. Damn, y'all even thirsty around kids. When does it end? Y'all want attention by any means. Literally, that's what it is. We got another case of a football mom. And again, there's a bunch of people saying like, oh, what do you want her to do? Do you want her to leave her body at home? She's fully dressed. There's nothing she can do. And
I ain't gonna hold you. They probably can leave their bodies at home. First of all, some of these bodies is detachable because some of it's not real. Like, some of them got butt pads. Some of them can take stuff on and off. Like, most of their body is not real. Most of it is fake. Everything about these chicks nowadays is fake. Their lips are fake, their nails are fake, their hair is fake, their butts are fake, their breasts are fake. Fake, 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 fake. Hell, we at the point where some of them is men with fake woman body parts. So yes, they're fake. They can leave it at home. Put it on the dresser with your wig at night. Like, just leave it there.
I just have to disagree. I feel like the way they dress is very intentional. Because how else do you explain when they take the video, every angle is literally of their ass? They could be working on a task over here and the camera is gonna get them from behind. Like, what's the subject of the video here? Bro, it's like y'all choose to be oblivious. And I honestly don't know when this became.
They're not oblivious. It's just that thirsty men are always going to justify bad behavior in women because they're hoping that one day they'll have access to that type of woman. It's always the guys on the online who glorify, idolize, and justify that behavior. Just go look at their picture. Honestly, that's all you have to do. And it will tell you everything you need to know about that man.
Became a trend, but you have these moms who are just so comfortable sexualizing themselves, twerking in front of their sons. For example, this is Lil Baby's baby mother.
Well, there's a reason why some of them is baby moms and not wives. I'll tell you that much.
The fact that the little kid has to come and check you for you to have some self-respect, have some decency, is crazy. And I mean, at least she didn't initially have her son in the video. Other moms are just doing these type of videos with their son. And again, I can't show the whole video because of YouTube.
No, I'm not giving them no flack because it's like, it's funny because what they say is, well, just because I'm a mom doesn't mean I'm not, I don't have urges. I'm not a sexual person anymore. It's like, no, because you're a mom, you need to put all that to the side for the sake of your child. And this is why y'all got to be very careful who y'all have kids with, because some people really do have the mental maturity of a child, and it shows in their behavior.
Guidelines, but she was throwing cake in front of her son. And this next mom was literally throwing cake on a man in front of her son. Mind you, I don't think this was a husband, boyfriend, none of that. She was just being fast. And then you see her son rush over to break it up. He seems like he's embarrassed.
That's not the same. That looked like the same chubby boy from the bathroom. So that wouldn't surprise me. I can't see the lady. Not that I remember what she looked like anyway, but that looked like the same dude from the bathroom.
Shocked and angry all at once, and rightfully so. And judging from the way she's laughing at the situation, it seems like.
And he has more respect for his mom and trying to give her dignity that she herself does not have, which is sad. Imagine the life that boy gonna have to grow up in for the next 10 years.
The mom thinks this is all a joke. And look, I'm not trying to police anyone on what they do with their lives, but I mean, if you're gonna have adult time, do it when kids aren't there. There's a time and a place for everything. Your son should not be seeing you busting it down on some random dude. It's sad that these moms don't see how traumatizing this can be for their kids, especially their sons. Now, I know some of you guys are gonna say some of these clips were a stretch. I'm just looking too deep into it. But whether or not that's true, can we at least admit that this phenomenon of emotional incest is a real thing? Because these parents, especially the mothers, are using their child as a surrogate partner. They're using
It's so much of a thing that it has official names, right? In some cases, it's called emotional incest. In other cases, it's called enmeshment. And well, one is parentification, but that's like a whole different thing. And then, of course, what I mentioned is Jocasta complex, which is the form of enmeshment. Which enmeshment, if you don't know, is this occurs when the emotional boundaries within a family are weak or non-existent. So emotional it tends to fall in that group, but that's enmeshment. No one's going to remember enmeshment. So emotional terrorism is all this is, if you ask me.
For emotional support, validation, and with the way some of these clips were looking, I wouldn't be surprised if they use them for intimacy as well. Now, I'm not sure how these mothers even got to this point, but if I had to guess, they probably went through a breakup or a divorce. There's no dad in the picture. These moms might be lonely, stressed, heartbroken, and so their son ends up becoming the man of the house and filling that gap. And I mean, yeah, that's sweet and all until they start saying stuff like, you're the only man who truly understands me, or you're the only man I need. And the thing is, this dynamic is becoming more and more common, especially with this new trend of hyper independence with women. You got these single moms going online posting pictures talking about me and my son against the world. And mind you, in the US, over 80% of single parent households are led by women. So we truly don't know how often these things are happening, and we don't know what being raised in this type of environment can can do to these boys once they become men. They might struggle with boundaries, look for their mom and other women, or even avoid relationships altogether. There literally might be men out there who avoid commitment because they don't want to feel like they're cheating on their mom. And we also got to consider the strain that these mothers put on their sons' relationships. Their sons' significant others end up feeling like they're in a love triangle, but with the mom. It's just so many things that can go wrong when you don't set proper boundaries. These mothers are literally trying to mold their sons into their dream man. It's sick to see all the things that can go wrong when people don't set proper boundaries. I feel like this is a message that all these incestuous moms need to hear.
And mamas of black boys, please hear this. You are not your son's number one when he get a woman. She is supposed to be his number one if you raise a man. Now, you
That's the qualifier, though. They don't raise men. They raise boys, the same boys that they slept with that gave them those boys and ran away. And that's the problem. Y'all think these women are raising men. They're not. It's very difficult for a woman to raise a man by herself because she doesn't know what it takes to be a man. So how's she going to raise him? Right? They would much rather on Mother's Day say that they're the mother and the father because it makes them feel good. Everything they do makes them feel good. They don't care about the destruction that it caused. They don't care about the mental illness that it can create as long as they're happy and they feel good. Before I close, there's this TikTok video I wanted to play because it pretty much sums up exactly what I feel and what I was talking about.
Naked moms, like, that's real? Like, had moms that was just walking around the crib, dangling, and out, like, that was the norm for some. I'm just now hearing about, like, I done went down the wormhole, like, yeah, it's like, my mom just did it, bro, like it's not funny, because on God, that's weird as, like, you know, by any means did not have even close to the best mom in the world, but she was never coming at, like nigga, I remember getting my ass beat on several occasions throughout my life for accidentally walking in the bathroom and not even seeing. As soon as I walk in, oh, bad, but I'm still threatened with an ass whooping. Probably still got slapped the dog for not knocking on the bathroom door. It was a couple times she wasn't even getting dressed or nothing. It's just the fact that nigga, I'm the only in the house. I got all the sisters, and I just walked in the bathroom without knocking, slapping the out you. So nigga, me being raised like that, hearing about that got naked moms, like your mom just get up out the bed, out, stomach out, bush possibly out, depending on how your mom kept her carpet trim. You know what I'm saying? That is like, you're a victim. I'm sorry, bro. You are a victim, bro. Like my mom did a lot of up shit. And I cannot fathom her even remotely, like even bra and panties, you feel me? Just walking around the crib. What? That is weird as. If you are a naked mom in 2025, soon to be 2026, you need to be in jail. You need to register a sex offender damn near, because what the f is wrong with you? And if you had a mom like that growing up, bro, you an adult now, just go to therapy, bro. Don't even tell nobody you had one of them moms, bro. Just go to therapy, bro. Talk to your therapist about that shit, because like me on this probably gonna make fun of you, or just like, what the f is wrong with your family, bro? That's not normal, like.
So I'll close by saying this. I remember I had this conversation with my wife, and it's funny how it keeps coming up. I think as a society, we saw so much that we didn't like that we tried to make changes to a lot of things, and we tried to make changes to everything too fast. And we didn't fully understand why certain things were the way that they were. So instead of investigating and finding out more, we just didn't like it. So we changed it. We're starting to see the ripple effects of these changes, right? All these people claiming that they like being single. It's like, you don't like being single. You just can't find anybody that, you know, you find up to par, or that is up to par and that want you, right? And so what they do is they take that desire and they push it down to someone they have access to. Every mother has access to their children. And in some of these cases, they're sons. And when they have access to their son, they make the son. And I've used this in examples. I've used this wording before. They make their children surrogate parents. And that's problematic. So in this case, they're making the sons surrogate spouses. This is why some of these women caress their sons as if that's the husband. This is why some of them walk around naked like that's the husband, or twerk like that's the husband, or dance up on him like that's the husband, or do all these crazy things like it's the husband. I don't think it's gonna go away. It's an actual medical known issue. The problem is most boys will never admit it, will never report it, and when they do, these stories tend to get buried because one, people don't want to hear it, and two, it's embarrassing and people don't like holding women accountable. So if this is you, if you're a child that's growing up under these conditions, understand you will not be under your mother for long. Try to keep your sanity until it's time for you to go. Make room, make way, and leave that situation. You might even have to like separate from moms a little bit if that's how she behaves. What's the solution for this? Relationships. I think if people got back into having meaningful relationships, a lot of these problems would dissipate. The problem is people don't want meaningful relationships. They want to sleep around, and then when their time is due or when things don't work out for them anymore, they want to throw up a Hail Mary pass and get the top tier person that they never worked for. That's never going to work. So what I would say is teach your children to carry themselves with high value, high morals, and high standard. And if enough of us do that, we're going to build a community of people who have high morals, high standards, high willpower. And then eventually some of these clowns will start to dissipate. And by dissipate, I mean disappear. All right, I'll holla at y'all. Hope y'all learned something from this. Thanks for listening to the Center Ground Podcast. We'll be back soon with some more great content. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on the video. We are a new channel, and growth is essentially our main objective. So send us an email at centerground.pod@gmail.com with any ideas or clips you would like for us to review. This was definitely fun, and I'd say let's do it again. But before you go, always remember, greatness lives somewhere within you. Just make sure you're taking the time to find the key to unlock that greatness. Until we meet again, I'll see you soon.